Liquor Talk. Another new episode starts live. And guess what, y'all? We are live in person. Welcome everybody to another edition of the podcast Liquor Talk, a place where it's a safe space where we have some drinks and we have some conversation. Now, joining me today, you heard her last season. Last time we talked, we were talking about the damn hurricane for half the episode. Fuck you, Milton, for coming by and destroying the damn trop and killing the vibe of the episode we intended for. But nevertheless, she's back. This time she's in person. Dstany, welcome to Liquor Talk again. And tell all the hoes that we just said hello.
Hey, hoes. That is so funny.
Yes, we are a minute in and we already cracking up.
I'm blushing right now. That is really funny.
Yes, a minute in. All right, real quick, tell the people about the Hoeology Podcast for the ones that didn't listen to the last episode.
Yes, so for the ones that didn't listen, why haven't you been listening, first of all? Second of all,
hello.
Hoeology is a pleasure-forward podcast, so it is storytelling, so real-life things that I've been through. I have guest interviews with some very interesting, pleasure-positive people. And yeah, it's just like my real life, my goals and wants, sex bucket lists. I just released an episode on Wednesday about reading smut books and having book boyfriends. So
having book boyfriends. Listen, are them smut books like the Zane Sex Chronicles? Those kind of books.
But way like the books that I read are dark and nasty.
Dark,
nasty books. Yeah.
Dark and nasty. Are these the kind of books that can be turned into a film?
Absolutely not.
Because I know in high school we read like Zane Sex Chronicles, and then Cinemax comes out with Zane Sex Chronicles stories. I'm like, God damn, Cinemax.
Okay, so like these books, so dark romance is where basically like something that we would not talk about out loud in the real world happens. Mm-hmm. So like I read this one book, it's called Haunting Adeline, and it's about a girl who has a stalker, and he stalks her to the point that like he breaks in her house, and this is not going on TikTok, but he basically fucks her with the handle of his gun. And at first I was like, her stalker, so she doesn't even know who this is, breaks in her house. But it was kind of hot. She's like, but then it's like, in the real world, would I like this? Absolutely not. I would be terrified, shaking in my boots. But in the book, it's like a nice little escape, you know?
That sounds like the scene that leads up to a damn porno. Because you know...
You're right.
You know that's not something that will actually done in real life.
Yes.
Somebody just whacking off and fucking you with the gun. That only happens in a damn porno.
Correct, yeah. But if you have like a partner, you could do C&C, which is consensual, not consent. So you can plan it out and act like, oh, what are you doing? But you're aware the whole time.
So this sounds like another role-playing scene.
That's role-play, yes.
Yes, that's interesting. Book work, because I mean, I've read books and I ain't thinking no damn book girlfriends, because I've read some books and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, girl?
Yeah.
And I'm like, if I was your homeboy, I mean, I had to cuss you out, because what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, they need to make more books because a lot of the books that I read are obviously for the female to read, but they need to make more that are for the men to read as well. I definitely think it's unbalanced.
Yeah, it's definitely unbalanced, because us men, we read too outside of watching sports and doing what we do. We read books as well, you know? Yeah. And also, we definitely want to support young writers out there as well.
Yeah, which actually, I am writing a book. So you're the first to know, like on a live platform, but I'm writing a book right now, and it will be an erotic book. So,
ooh, you diving into the erotic book. You got the podcast, now you're diving into the erotic novel scene. Yeah. Always. So what made you decide you want to write a novel?
I really like storytelling, and I have a lot of like ideas that I come up with based off of things that I either have already experienced or like that I want to experience. So I think that like being able to write it out, especially because like in high school, I loved writing, I loved reading. So that's what I did a lot. So now just taking that storytelling and then taking things that like I want to do or I have done and putting it into a story that I know is going to be like hot. Yeah, that's where I'm going.
So what was your inspiration? Was it reading the dark, dirty novels?
So this book is not dark romance. It is about a couple that pretty much agrees that once a year they take individual trips, and whatever happens on the trip happens on the trip. It's not they cannot come back and discuss it. They cannot know where each other is going. It's like literally a once a year vacation. That's the name of the book, is The Vacation.
Once a year vacation. Yeah. It sounds like a hall pass.
It is a hall pass. It is, but it's not. It wasn't born out of like fear. It was born out of.
Yes, I understand consent, but what if during this time a man does somebody does something stupid and get pregnant?
You can't. So the girl in the book is she's had a partial hysterectomy, so she cannot have children. The guy has a vasectomy; he cannot produce children. So I've already thought of that.
Another one. What if they come back with an STD?
They can't. So part of the vacation agreement is that they have like a set of rules that they have to follow. They can't use their real name. They can't, like I said, tell where each other is going, and then they have to get tested 2 weeks before, 2 weeks after. No intercourse or anything with their partner in between then, just in case.
Yeah. So I guess no posting on the gram or nothing like that, or no doing it for the gram or nothing like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So where did the idea for this book come from?
I think that I've met a lot of couples recently that are in non-traditional relationships and kind of wanting to get more into the side of that, plus like exploring kink with relationships and how people discover that they're into kink. That's what I'm trying to incorporate into the story. So like the husband ends up discovering he's into rope tying, and he's never done anything kinky ever, but someone introduces it to him and he's like, okay, I'm obsessed. Can you teach me everything? And he ends up like deep diving. So like a beginner or someone that's never seen that, like from the outside, we may be like, okay, that's insane. Like tying someone up. What the fuck? But then to be in like a sexual setting and be like, okay, I find pleasure in this. Like, where else can this go?
Yeah. I know this movie came out like 10 or 12 years ago, but 50 Shades of Grey done fucked up a lot of people's heads.
50 Shades is very light.
50 Shades done fucked up a lot of y'all heads because we got rope tying and stuff.
It really has been around for such a, like shibari specifically is like a Japanese art form. Rope tying and things like that, especially in the form of like pleasure or sensualism, is not new. It's just new in media, if that makes sense.
I got you. It's new in media. Now we're talking about it more. Right. So why do you think now is the time that people are so open with talking about it? Because since it's been around for centuries and nobody's wanting to talk about it, why is it now that everybody's starting to be okay with talking about it?
I don't know. I think maybe because people are just wanting, like people are in such a space now, especially with social media, where they feel like they can express themselves in whatever that looks like. You know what I mean? Like this whole like, oh, I want to be an influencer. I want to be a content creator. Everybody is saying that. So that means everybody who probably before would be embarrassed to talk online now has a platform. So finding yourself through social media leads to then finding yourself in other avenues, like kink or pleasure or sexual exploration, sexual orientation, like whatever that looks like to you.
That's interesting.
I think like social media allows people to be whoever they want to be.
Of course. They do, but then what they do if somebody in real life pulls up on you and wants to expose everything.
Yeah, I can see that.
You just gotta avoid those kind of people, and don't piss off people that know all your dirty secrets. Because one thing I've learned about social media is people will just expose them for no reason.
They will, and I've noticed like there's such a quick cancel culture. Like if nobody is perfect, but yet on social media, if someone messes up with one thing, it's like, and I never liked them because one time in the 6th grade, they gave me a dirty look. And it's like, what the fuck?
Like, let it go. 6th grade?
Exactly. Like, people are not perfect, but on social media, you would think every single person out there is.
Yes. Let them tell it. They're all perfect until they discover them history, them tweets.
Right.
Exactly. The shit that they done said when Twitter or X was just, everybody was just going buck wild.
Yeah. And it's like there was such a different time, like the first kind of troll accounts on Twitter, and people would just say shit like racist, terrible shit, and it was like you just ignored them because otherwise you're giving them power. You know what I mean? But now it's like, look what this person said back in 40 years ago.
It's like let it go. And I've seen so many prominent black figures get just people about to be on the come up, but they about to get their come up, right? Here comes people with the damn tweets. And I look at the tweet, I'm like, that's from 2010. Why the fuck y'all bringing this up now?
Yeah.
This is like 2009 or 2010, back when Twitter was just buck wild.
Yeah. Twitter was buck wild for a while.
Twitter was buck wild, but now that Mr. Musk owns this, about still buck wild.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Liquor Talk. Now is the point where you might want to go ahead and hide the kids, because now we're going to crank things up some more. I see over here she done brought some toys and stuff.
I also brought a game.
Okay.
A few questions.
Oh, shit. This is going to be interesting. All right, let's dive into it. Let's start with them toys you done brought for the people.
Okay, so a lot of people... Right, before I show you the toys, a lot of people are always, especially if you're single or if you're a couple, male, female, non-binary, doesn't matter. A lot of people are scared to introduce toys into the bedroom, and I'm not sure why, but I will say that I can understand your perspective. So I'm going to talk about how certain toys can be for both his and hers pleasure, and how most women don't orgasm through penetrative sex.
Yeah.
And so a lot of men think that they do, and a lot of women continue to fake it, which contributes to the orgasm gap, which we're going to talk about. But yeah, so I'm gonna introduce some things. So the first one is the volea.
The volea.
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 So this is a fluttering vibrator, which fluttering just means it goes back and forth like this, or like that, whatever. So this one is pretty simple.
And how does this bad boy work?
No. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Simple and easy. And you turn it on here.
Yeah, it's going fast.
Yeah. I don't know if they can see it, but that's okay. So that's the lowest level.
Teaching purposes, ladies and gentlemen. This is for teaching purposes. So how do people use this toy?
So it can be used for her. Like, let's say this is, my fingertip is a clitoris, so you would place it here. Or if you are having like partner play, you can place this, which is why I brought this, which is just a regular dildo. It doesn't vibrate, it doesn't move or anything like that. If this is him here, because it opens. And then, underneath, like the in between the balls and the shaft area, you can place it here, and it will vibrate both of you.
So, is it best to do this while you're penetrating her, or while she
right before?
Right before.
So, do you want to hold it?
Okay. So you just like stick the tip in.
No, stick this part around you. So this would be you, hypothetically, and then this would be you as well. But you're putting this around you. So around like the base.
Right.
So then you're vibrating while you're also going into her, and she can feel the vibrations.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Now, can this be, what if she's giving you head?
Okay, great question. So if you're someone that is giving oral like to a man, you can either put this on like the gooch area. So that's what this part here is for. You can put it on the gooch area, or you can hold it in your hand, and like while you're doing your thug fizzle, you got it. If you don't want to use something as large as this, because even though this is small to me, there are smaller options, which I just feel like I left it. But you can get like a bullet and hold it in your hands. You can hold it, kind of tuck it underneath, or put it against like a gooch area, whatever. You have a lot of options, basically. But I think a lot of men are scared of toys because they're like, oh, you don't need that, but actually we do. We do need it.
You know, I think a lot of men, they have a lot of pride. And I think a lot of men, they have a lot of pride and a lot of ego.
I agree.
Now, personally, I've never used the toys because it just never came up. But It's on the bucket list. It's on the bucket list.
I guarantee she will probably do a cartwheel.
You think she will do a cartwheel?
I'm serious because so many men are intimidated by toys and they see it as competition rather than like a teammate. You don't have to compete with the toy. You literally implement it and you both will have a more intense orgasm because the vibrations don't only feel good to her. Like you will feel it too and it will be intense for you as well.
Wow. If y'all out there listening, use the damn toys. You gotta definitely don't be afraid to use the toys because I'm like, that's on the bucket list for me personally. It's like I've never used toy, but it's on the bucket list, But just gotta, if I use a damn toy, you just know a man really likes you because most men don't go above and beyond. When it comes to sex and stuff, we'll talk about like bare minimums because I don't know if you saw the TikTok trend of princess treatment or bare minimum, and then you get dumped with water. Well, we ain't dumping nobody with water. So, what are some things that you feel is bare minimum?
Honestly, for me, bare minimum is oral sex. Like, there's no reason that in 2025 you're not eating coochie. I'm not giving a blowy, except for hygiene reasons.
Okay, that I agree with that. Wash your ass before you go have sex. Either with a rag or one of them African net sponges.
I love those. I love the African net sponge.
Yes, ever since I got one, I swear by it. So they are very underrated. And fellas, do y'all know there is soap out there, especially for the man regions, So I need y'all to go buy them soaps. And lady, y'all already know there's soaps for the lady regions as well.
Yeah.
Y'all take care of yourselves. So what else do we think is like something bare minimum?
Okay, so we'll start with that. So we'll start with hygiene. Let's do let's say like diet because a lot of women complain about BV, not knowing that a lot of men are the reason that women get BV. Oh. So if like you have dirty, I'm not going to say dirty, I'm going to say like toxic or your nut is off, it will throw our pH off, which leads to BV, which is what that fishy smell is that guys complain about.
So I guess the best way to do this is to watch your diet before because I've heard some people say that if you eat a lot of fruit like before you have sex, it may, might not be so bad.
But different bodies digest fruit differently. So, like, if you eat pineapple Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and another guy eats pineapple Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, y'all will still have different tastes. So, I recommend bromelain. I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah. It is a supplement, and that helps. My husband takes it, and his nut whatever tastes amazing. No scent, never throws my pH off. It is a game changer. So, I know a lot of men don't invest in like their reproductive health as much, and I wish that they would, but yeah, invest in some supplements, see a urologist, a primary doctor. Hygiene and diet is huge.
Yes, we definitely need to hygiene as well, and ladies, and also same for the ladies, because we ain't trying to go down there and you smell like everything. I'm like, oh Lord, what the hell, man?
Yeah.
Especially if y'all be saying, oh, men don't be eating me out. Well, ma'am, we would if it didn't smell like a damn,
Yeah, it can be both. And then obviously water. Water is a big thing.
Yes, I'll definitely need to hydrate. Now, if somebody does this during sex, they really like you. What do you think about that? Like, what are some things that if this person does this during sex, oh, this person must really like me?
You know that scene in Sinners where have you seen Sinners?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah,
where she spits in his mouth. That scene, yeah.
Where she's on top, where Mary's on top of him, and she's just drooling in his mouth.
No, she spit in his mouth. She drooled that first, and then she spit after that.
Because he notices it, but he doesn't notice that she done time. I'm like, goddamn. Dude, getting some pussy would be the downfall of a man. God damn. But don't even know that this chick done got bit by Remick in them, man. Don't even know he got bit.
Yeah, that's literally.
Yeah. I will say, I ain't gonna lie to you. Another scene from Sinners where where Preacher Boy goes down on Pearline, and Pearline was like, "Oh, I didn't watch." He said, "I just want to taste." I'm like, "Damn, dude, you must really want that."
Yeah, I think he might have been like a virgin because he was a little parched.
He had to have been parched. But for a virgin, he was doing a damn good job because I don't know.
He had instructions, which is good, but yeah.
Yeah, he did have some good instructions. I can't lie. You know somebody like you if I go down on you and if I come up and my face is just full of your pussy juices in the beard, I'm like, come on now. And also, she really likes you if she's going porn star mode on you,
What's porn star mode?
You know that sloppy toppy on the porn star. You know them porn stars, they be face all wet and stuff.
Oh my god. Okay, we should not be using porn as a guide, please. It's so exaggerated.
It's so exaggerated.
I'm not saying sloppy toppy doesn't exist because it absolutely does, but I'm just saying, like, yeah, be careful of porn as a guide because it will fuck you up.
Yeah, it would definitely will fuck you up because I know a lot of men that be trying to create these scenes that are just so fantasy and
I wish people would just talk to each other about sex. Like we should not treat each body like the last body. We should ask, like, okay, what do you like? And if someone's like, I don't know, then maybe like they shouldn't be having sex.
Oh, if you don't know what you don't like, you shouldn't be having sex. That's
or if you're not confident enough to say, like, I haven't had much experience, which that's a whole separate thing of how men basically want fucking virgins, but then also want a girl that knows how to do a split on the dick, can deep throat, all these things. But then if she has a body count, they're like, oh, I can't.
Because some of the men aren't mature, and a lot of those men are like small-minded. I'm like, you should not be worrying about her body count. What you need to be worried about is she clean or not. As long as she ain't got no STDs, you ain't got nothing to worry about. Hey, you need somebody with some experience.
I agree.
Because what you gonna do if you get a virgin? Because some of y'all aren't good teachers.
They're not. They don't know what they're doing. They're trying to teach somebody else.
Trying to teach somebody else and don't know what they're doing. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Liquor Talk. The more you drink, the better we sound. I hope y'all enjoying this X-rated edition of Liquor Talk. If y'all haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe. If you haven't done so on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio. And please go ahead and hide your kids for this episode because this is definitely grown folks conversation, this episode, y'all, because
I agree with you.
Yes.
It's grown talk.
Yes, it's definitely grown talk. Now, you raised concern about the orgasm gap.
I did.
A long time ago, I was like, okay, I gotta get on and talk about this because this is definitely interesting because one thing I didn't know is y'all women can come in so many different ways. Y'all can orgasm like, I ain't gonna lie, I made chick orgasm just from a long tongue kiss. I'm like, damn, just must sit here tongue kissing. You came? I'm like, damn. So my question is, if it's so many ways we can get a woman off, why is the orgasm gap where it is?
I think that the orgasm gap is which, real quick, the orgasm gap refers to the difference in how easily a heterosexual male is able to achieve orgasm versus a heterosexual woman. Now, the orgasm gap study by Dr. Lauren Fogel-Mercy also shows like homosexual women, homosexual men, and then I think bisexual men, bisexual women. So it kind of covers all bases for the most part. Mm-hmm. But I think the reason that heterosexual women are not able to orgasm as easily is because most of us don't orgasm through penetrative sex. Like we need clitoral stimulation or dual stimulation or triple stimulation. And most of the time, you might have like a couple minutes of foreplay, but you're not waiting until she orgasms through clitoral stimulation. It's like, okay, she's wet now. Let me stick my dick in. I'm going to get mine. And then after, I'm done. And she never orgasms the entire time.
So because she got wet, that doesn't necessarily mean she orgasmed.
Correct. Wet is just a body wetness, or the secretion is just your body's response to being turned on. Which is also why men will say like she's loose or whatever, which a woman is only loose because her vaginal walls have relaxed. to the point that she's like, my body wants him or the person inside me. So your walls relax because you're so at ease with this person, like either through foreplay or stimulation or whatever, and then it relaxes. So it's a muscle at the end of the day. So not saying that women can't contract that muscle and make it tighter, but if a guy's ever like, oh, she was loose, it's because she was that relaxed.
So if she's relaxed, does that make it easier to get an orgasm, or is it harder?
It's still going to be difficult with penetrative sex, period. Like, most women need clitoral stimulation.
So is that why you definitely recommend the toys while penetration?
Yeah, 100%. Which is also why, like, I think a lot of women have orgasms either alone, like solo, with toy, without toy. Like, women just experience orgasms more or at a higher rate, either with lesbian relationships or with toys.
Now, with the lesbian relationships, from what I've heard, is like they both still get frustrated with each other. Although they come a lot more, but they still get frustrated with each other.
I mean, it's still a human interaction. Like, you're gonna get pissed off at them, you're gonna get annoyed with them. It's still another person you have to deal with. But sexually, specifically, I would say, yeah. I wouldn't even say part of the study that was done was it was higher with lesbian relationships.
Now, where does mental health play a role in whether or not you can get somebody off or not? Sometimes it's like you can't even focus on sex if you like stressed out or if things aren't going right in the relationship. Which I know people that they might have sex while mad at each other. I don't know how y'all motherfuckers do that, but how does mental health play a role in orgasms?
I think that if you're struggling mentally, you're either probably not going to want to be having sex at all, or you're going to have trouble reaching climax because you have 10 million other things on your mind. So I think it's like, it impacts it the same way it impacts like work or school or whatever else. It's going to impact it that way.
So another thing could it impact it? Does it depend on who you're fucking instead of, because sometimes people will fuck the person we want to fuck and then get let down when this person doesn't do a job. Whereas the person we ignored, they might actually get us off. Does that play a role in it?
I don't know. That seems complicated.
Because I know a lot of people say, oh, this man can't do this man can't do that. Well, or this woman can't do this woman can't do that. Because I realized in some cases, people will go harder when it comes to sex for the ones they actually like.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, like, I'm not gonna... sometimes... And if there's any women like watching this, sometimes like your vagina will literally close and say no to you. Your vagina can say no, like she will close and not let somebody in. Will be extremely hard because if she don't want to, it's not happening.
Even during like a one night stand, I'm like, so that if that's the case, if your vagina is saying no, then why do some of them still proceed?
Fear. We're terrified.
Terrified, man. I know. I've seen Snapped. I've seen.
All right.
But listen, I've seen Snapped. I've seen shows, but like, listen, I'm mature enough to realize, hey, no means no.
But you gotta understand that majority, or maybe not majority, but a significant size of your demographic, which is men, do not feel that way.
I don't know why those brothers don't feel that way, but hey, you know what? They'll be better. Sorry about that, y'all. Brothers do better, because you would gain a whole lot more respect from somebody if you just accept a no and call it a day.
Yeah.
Okay, fuck that light. But ladies and gentlemen, this is Liquor Talk. The more you drink, the better we sound. So what are the toys you got coming up? I know you only brought...
my baby.
So what's a toy you would recommend that we don't have right now that people should go get?
Oh God. It depends on what you like. So like if you're a person that does enjoy penetrative sex and you're a woman, get a rabbit. If you're a person that enjoys clitoral stimulation, you have a lot more options. So like a bullet, a wand, something like this where it's like the vibrating tip. Yeah, so there's a lot. And then people think that men don't have sex toys, and they do. They have cock rings. They have cock rings that vibrate. They have strokers or masturbators. They have a lot. There's a lot for men that's out there. So even if like you want to Like, let's say you want to practice a sex toy with a partner and you're not sure how to introduce that.
Mm-hmm.
Try it with yourself first and be like, do you even like it? Because you might not.
Right.
Maybe you saw this like vibrating cock ring and you're like, this looks fun. And then you try it on yourself and you're like, okay, no, I actually don't like this.
Yeah, because a lot of them cock rings aren't one size fits all.
Correct. Right.
Man, it's like I don't even know how you would measure yourself to see how you fit in a cock ring. I think that'd probably be like trial and error out there, you know.
Yeah, I always say if you're gonna get a cock ring, go to a actual like sex store and talk to the clerk. Like, don't be afraid because they've seen it all, they've heard it all. Talk to the person at the desk and say like, this is what I'm looking for. Can you help me? Now, don't be inappropriate and be like, can you look at my dick? That's gonna be.
What man would really do that? What man would really do that?
You must have never met a man because
I don't know, man. But some of the guys I know, they would not do some stupid shit like that.
You sound like the people on like murder documentaries. Are like, he would never do something like that. The whole time they doing stuff like that.
They probably do it, but we just don't have those conversations.
Exactly.
That's probably what it is.
And men don't talk about sex like that with each other. Like, not in detail, like, oh yeah, I tried a cock ring today. Whereas women are like, girl, I got a new vibrator. I love it so much. Like, we're way more open about that.
That's true. I think us men only talk about it with people we are very close to because it's always taboo to talk about it amongst other men because some people might be like, or they hear a whole bunch of men talk about sex, they'll be like, oh, that's gay. I'm like, come on.
So tired of gay men used as a slur. Unless you like other men, only other men, it's not gay. It is just a conversation.
Y'all heard it right here from a lady. So, fellas, if you need help satisfying your woman, ask your other fellas, ask the OGs, ask the married men. You just never know. Have the conversations.
Yeah, I'd rather you have the conversation and it be uncomfortable, but it's with your boy at least, then you continue to have bad sex. And then you're in the group chat known as the nigga that gave me terrible dick.
Oh, so y'all do have the group chat.
They're immediately in the group chat.
She done confirmed the group chat, y'all. So yes, there is a group chat if you give terrible dick.
There is.
Yeah, but so do y'all share pictures so that way?
No. We don't share pictures.
No, not pictures of the dick, but like pictures of the guy in case they run into each other. Because these cities are small.
So I will say this, and this is very weird, but like any friend that I've had, I've never had the same type as them, which is very weird, like hard to come by, right? Like we could all say like, oh, he fine, but he won't be like my actual type. Or he won't be her actual type. Like, it's very strange. Like, one of my line sister, for example, her type to me is like, I'm just not attracted to her type at all. Like, if I saw him in the streets, I would not even notice he was there. My type, same thing. She would not even notice he's there. So all of my friends in all of my friend groups are not, none of us have the same type.
Interesting. That's very interesting.
Rare, I'll say.
It's very rare that y'all like the same man.
Like, unless it's like a celebrity.
Of course.
Everyone can agree Megan Thee Stallion is fine.
Yeah, she is. She might be fine, but I don't know if she got it in the mentals.
She's smart as hell. She has a degree in healthcare administration. She's smart. She's running her business.
Yeah, it's like, I know she's smart, but some of the other decisions about, in the industry, who she does business with in the industry, I'm like, I don't know if that's smart to be doing business with them kind of people or sleeping with them kind of people, because a lot of men, they run their mouth. I'm like, sir, we don't need to know all that.
Men do be messy. They messy.
I'm like, look, why are people...
I'm not blaming her for that. I'm blaming the messy man.
Yeah, we'll just blame the messy man all day. Why can't people just shut the fuck up? Like goodness, it's like, y'all be talking about all that stuff, and I'm just like, what happened to cheating in disguise or having bad sex in disguise? Why is it that everybody got to gossip about bad sex or sex in general?
I mean, how else would they be relevant?
That's true. That is true.
How else would they get people to remember them or talk about them? Like, my platform is built on helping people find pleasure, whatever that looks like, whether it's baby steps or whether it's like kink friendly spaces, like whatever that looks like to you, that's what my platform is about. So if, you know, if you're somebody that is like anti pleasure or anti sex, okay, I'm not gonna like bully you into doing it. You know what I mean? Like I want people to experience pleasure because you deserve it.
We all deserve pleasure at this point. Well, going back to the orgasm, how can we close the orgasm? Do we need to be communicating more?
Yes,
because I feel like we need to, because I've learned the hard way that not every woman is the same. Because one woman was going crazy when I was fingering her and eating it out. Then another woman, I did the same thing. She just laying there looking at me crazy. I'm like, damn, you don't like being fingered?
No, you have to have conversations with people before you have sex, which I know sometimes it can be difficult because for men specifically, I know that women are like, oh, I'm disgusted. He talked about sex so early on. And then for men, it's like, well, I'm just going to do what I know. And it's like, it can be very confusing, but you have to have a conversation before you're intimate, because if not, you could trigger somebody and not know. For example, I was sexually assaulted in the 8th grade by being like, it's okay, I'm healed by therapy, but by being fingered. And like, if someone tries to finger me, I will lock up, like my body naturally will just like lock, like. And so because of that, if someone that I want to be intimate with does not have that conversation with me, and that's like their go-to, they're not going to know that my body is responding negatively to that. So that's why I feel like before you're intimate with someone, which I'm all for hoeing. That's my brand, is Hoeology. But you still need to be a smart and safe hoe. Like on both sides. Like have a conversation and be like, make it sexy. Like, tell me what you like. It doesn't have to be like, so do you like that? It can be like, tell me what you like. How can I please you? Both sides need to be asking that, because maybe you like deep throating, but you also have to have like your balls massaged, right? But if I've never done that, I don't know to do that. That's for you to tell me. The same way it's for me to tell you that I don't like being fingered.
So how do you even lead up to that, open with that conversation with, like you said earlier, or bringing up sex? Is it like, how do you even lead with that conversation and not have it be a turnoff, to be like, not have y'all putting in the group chat, girl, why you brought up sex so early? Like, ma'am, we're trying to pleasure you here.
Yeah, I think that, so if it's like one of those like in the moment type things, like let's say y'all met at the club, you're headed home, you're about to get it in, whatever. There is a point where you can stop and say, like, I just want to make sure that like I'm being respectful. I know what we're about to do. Do I have your consent? Is there anything I need to know? Like, is there something that you love that I can do to help you get there? That is still sexy. As a woman, if somebody's if it's hot and heavy right now, we're kissing, we're touching, we're panting, I'm ready, and he's like, what can I do to please you? Do I have your consent? That would probably make me squirt before he even did anything. Because you're asking me, you're including me in what's about to happen to my body. The same should go for you. He deserves to be asked, like, how can I help you reach orgasm? How can I help you come? Like, how can I help you? Because y'all are about to do like a dance, basically, but you got the tools to know what you want, and he has the tools to know what he wants. Let's combine them, but that has to happen with the conversation, whether it's on the drive home or if it's in that moment. Like a 2-second question can make all the difference in closing the orgasm.
Yes, 2 second. We need to have them conversations, y'all. And I really feel like, and based on what you're saying, I feel like we need to have them conversations before it goes down. If we know where it's going, go ahead and have the conversation. Don't be all in the first date like what you like. Don't. That's what you motherfuckers turned off. We're just trying to have a drink and vibe to see if we even fit. No, don't be bringing up sex.
Yeah, don't talk about it. And the worst part too is like, women are now so used to men leading with sex that like it's a immediate block. Like you're not even getting past that. If in the first conversation you're like, so what you want me to do to you? Block. It should be like I should know your hobbies, your interests, your birth date, your last name before you're asking me about being intimate with you. I should be able to see your recent STI results before we're being intimate together or before you're bringing up intimacy. And then once we feel safe and comfortable, then at that point is the time to say, you know, I value your consent. Like, how can I make sure that this is as enjoyable for me as it is for you?
Of course, and those are all things we need to be doing, y'all. We really need to. That's how we're going to improve this orgasm gap, because it is alarming when you see the numbers of women actually not having orgasms, and that's heartbreaking because I'm like,
it's
80%. 80%. So goddamn. So 20% of women are out here having orgasms. What the hell is going on in the world? So I'm like, how do y'all how do some of those women stay in relationships if they're not, you know, their man's not getting them off? That's sad but true. I'm like, look, because I guess I'm of the belief that if we gonna be together, I need to be able to know how to get you off and be able to get you off, and if not, then we gotta go our own separate way, because I know sex can make or break a relationship. Because I remember that I had this story of a coworker a long time ago. I was back in college when they told me this. They told me how they waited to have sex. They were engaged. They said they finally had sex the week before, and she said it was so horrible that they called off the way. She said she remember throwing up, getting really sick. Yes, I'm recording. Getting really sick, and she called off the way. And so I'm like, that told me right there, if I gotta be able to be compatible with you before I even put a ring on it.
I can't. I'm not gonna say that. Well, yes. As someone that enjoys pleasure now, I can't imagine waiting until I was married to be intimate with someone.
Yeah. So for all you church people out there, y'all can shut the fuck up with the whole Bible. Wait till you're married. Please take a tall glass and shut the fuck up.
The Bible is not. No, that's gonna be a whole nother episode. You're probably gonna get some hate comments, but first having sex with their father, I'm not listening to anything the fucking Bible got to say. And then people cherry pick from the Bible. They don't want to follow the whole thing. They want to follow parts and bits and pieces of what makes sense for them. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out of here.
Thank you.
No.
Yes.
My godfather is a pastor, and I grew up in the church, which is why I'm like, this is nonsense. Cut it out. Now, I believe in God. Mm-hmm. I believe in spirituality. I don't believe in the Bible.
Same here. I definitely agree, because some of them stories in the Bible, I'm like, what the fuck?
The same way they like rewrite textbooks now is how they rewrote the fuck. Anybody can put their interpretation and imagination on the Bible.
And don't y'all know that some of them Bibles were rewritten by the damn slave owners so that way they can respect Massa? Massa had you subconsciously tied to slavery.
I saw something on, if the slaves and the slave masters were paying to the same God, who is he listening to?
He was probably listening to the slave master, because the slave master is the one that wrote the damn Bible. The slave masters were rewriting the damn Bible so you would be obedient to the damn master.
Yeah.
So, you know what?
I think everybody just needs to be a good fucking human being, and that's enough. You don't need a book to tell you how to be a good person. Just be a good person. Don't murder people. Don't be hateful. Mind business.
Yes, just be a good person. You know what? And more power to the idiots that actually waited to have sex and then got married. Waited for sex. More power to y'all. Y'all, something wrong with y'all, but you know. Knowing what I know now, it's like I would definitely say something's wrong with y'all, because truly growing up, we were always in them sex classes waiting for marriage. But if y'all waited for marriage, a lot of us wouldn't even be here right now.
You know what's interesting about sex ed classes is they didn't really teach us pleasure. They taught us to not have sex because of sexually transmitted infections or diseases and pregnancy. It was never like, this is what pleasure is or this is what an orgasm is. It was 100% teen pregnancy and STIs. You don't believe me? Look at these pictures. And it was like horrific, like the worst thing you could ever imagine. And it scared us, but it also like almost dared us to do it. It
was like a dare, because it's always like, oh, do it, don't do it, don't do it. You're pushing me to do it. That's why motherfuckers were getting pregnant. That's why people graduated and had whole kids and stuff.
Yeah, I can't imagine. But my which that's another whole separate thing. But one of my goals is to do like a documentary where I interview like the women in my family about how different generations had to like learn about sex, specifically sex, not pleasure. But and talk about that because like my mom's generation, they like to say that our music this generation is crazy, and I'm like,
I've heard that same thing.
Uncle Luke,
Y'all definitely had. Y'all had Uncle Luke. Y'all had some Trick Daddy songs. Yeah, Trina, huh? Y'all had a lot. Y'all had them R&B singers back in the day. Y'all had Teddy Pendergrass.
I wonder if she could tell I'm hard.
I wonder if I could tell, man. y'all talk. Every generation has some wild ass music, so.
They love to talk about her generation.
But they want to talk about our generation. Now, some of this new stuff, I'm like, yo, Lord have mercy, what the hell?
But okay, so they had Kia, My Neck, My Back, and we got Sexy Red.
Yeah, hey, I still rock with Kia. Shout out to Tampa. Yes, shout out to Tampa. We rock with Kia because hey, that was Tampa. She was putting Tampa on the map, so we still rock with her. You know. Yes, she was definitely putting Tampa on the map. So,
yeah. But I think for sure our generation is more open to exploring pleasure in like a different way than what our previous generations were. But I really get irritated when older generations are like, well, in our day, we didn't have pronouns and we didn't have, and it's like, yes, you fucking did. Like, now we have people that are trans and that are out. Before you had people that were like cross-dressing, for example. Like, you had people, they just weren't out and they weren't able to express themselves because it was fucking illegal. Like,
it was.
Now that like people are able to, I'm like, yeah, you're gonna have like neighborhoods. Like, I love coming to St. Pete because it's so welcoming and safe, and you have like all the gay bars, and it's such a safe community. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I don't know. I'm glad where we are heading, but it's also scary because of where we are, like on the other side, you know? So it's hot and cold, excuse me, but I hope that people continue to explore their pleasure because there's so much to explore.
Yes. So how would one get started with exploring their pleasure if they've never sat down and been like, I want to explore pleasure? Because I know for a lot of men, it's always just go in and get the job done, never really have the conversations because it was always taboo. Well, fellas, it's 2025. We need to start talking about it. So how would one go about try to find their pleasure?
I think that one of the first things you should do, whether you're man, female, non-binary, trans, whatever, you need to look at that one thing that you've been curious about and start there. So I will say for me, that was like nudity. Like, my mom, growing up, my mom was the naked mom. Like, she was around the house naked, and we're all girls, so, you know, that's not a big thing to us. But then growing up, I'm like, well, I have dated people. I've lived with my husband, obviously, my ex-boyfriends. We've had places together. And I'm like, I'm naked like a lot, but I like this. Like, I prefer to be naked. And I'm like, what does that mean? Like, does that mean like I want people to see me, or does that mean I just feel comfortable naked? And that curiosity is where I started. So for me, I realized that I am a naturist / nudist, which is I prefer to be naked in any setting. Like, if I drinking my coffee, naked on my patio, that's what I will do. So I installed, blinds on my patio so that I could still sit outside and drink my coffee and just be naked and be me and be happy and feel pleasure being, and pleasure is not something that has to be inherently sexual. Pleasure is whatever makes you feel happy inside. So if pleasure is going to Subway on a Tuesday and getting a foot long, that is pleasure to you. For me, it's being naked, feeling the sun on my skin. Like, I love that. So then that kind of opened me up to more like, okay, well, where else can I go where nudity in public is accepted? So then that led me to going to Caliente and Secrets and other places because I'm like, okay, I want to meet more people that are like me. Like, I want to find a community that's like me. So think about anything you've been curious about. If it's rope, if it's I should have brought my flogger, but if it's impact, if it's being cuddled, if it's being humiliated, if it's being like if somebody was mean to you and your dick kind of twists a little bit, like if I was like, shut the fuck up, and you were like, I don't like that. That feeling, whatever that, like, wait a minute, what is that tingle? That is what you need to start exploring. And it doesn't have to be like you immediately jump into whatever that feeling is. It can just be research. And then research turns into trying like a beginner friendly. And then the beginner friendly goes to moderate. And then you find a community. And then it grows from there like a flower.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So y'all got homework to do, ladies and gentlemen. Find your goddamn pleasure. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is Liquor Talk. Thank y'all for pouring up if you have done so already. Ladies and gentlemen, we still going, y'all, because I love this sex talk. Y'all know every season I got to do it. I got to have at least one sex talk on. And now it feels good to do it in person because all the other times I had sexual people on, I've had a porn star come through. It was always virtual, but now we're doing this in person. So you mentioned Caliente, Secrets. What are those kind of bars like? Because I was always curious to go, but my single ass, y'all got me fucked up if I'm paying $200 to get in. Y'all can go fuck yourselves. I ain't paying no goddamn $200 to get in.
I will say that the reason it's high is because other people in your demographic have ruined it. So, like, either they've been inappropriate or they violated consent or whatever. That's why the price continues to go up, because unfortunately, some people ruin it for the masses, and they cannot take that chance as a liability.
Man, fuck all y'all that done ruined it. Because I'm the way people be talking about the Caliente, or the Secrets, I'm curious to go. Shit.
So I'm actually co-hosting a meet and greet next week on Friday if you want to go. If you need a date, let me know, because then the price will be like $40, I think.
Yeah, find me a date.
Of women that will be your door date. But you have to be vetted and all this. Anyway, we'll get to that in a second. But yeah, so Caliente is actually, these are my most 2 viral videos right now on TikTok. I think one of them is at like almost probably 1 million, and then the other one is at like 50 or 60,000. Anyway, Caliente is a clothing optional resort in Western Chapel area, which is like about 20-30 minutes outside of Tampa. And that is a clothing optional resort. So it is not a lifestyle resort, which I'm going to get into the difference in a second. It is just clothing optional. Until 5 o'clock.
Until 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock a.m. or p.m.?
p.m. 9. 5 o'clock, anything goes.
So after 5, anything goes. Basically happy hours. Basically, now this is why Tampa streets be all traffic and shit getting out to Western Chapel, because all these motherfuckers want to go to Caliente. So thanks a lot, because truly Western Chapel, that area be at 5 o'clock. It's like gridlock.
It is. Well, there's also only one highway in and out.
That is true. That's true.
So, like I said, after 5 o'clock, you're going to see some things. If you go to, and I love Caliente because it's a very good beginner-friendly place. If you, and there's also Paradise Lakes, which is down the street from Caliente, also a clothing optional resort. Both of them are heavily nudist friendly, so it's mostly nudists, not swingers, not people that are playing, or playing is being sexually active with each other. That's the vibe. But if you go to Secrets is, please bleep this. Secrets is a fuck fest. It is. It's people that are in the lifestyle, specifically like swingers, hot wives, which hot wives are people that are married or in a relationship, and the wife plays and the husband watches. Sometimes the husband will do whatever.
So basically, the husband's okay with watching his wife. That sounds like some Diddy shit.
No, Diddy did not include consent in anything that he was
doing. Okay, that's the difference.
Diddy. I hope he fries. I know he got off on some of it, but I hope somebody.
Yeah, that's another. We're gonna revisit Diddy, but continue to talk about.
But yeah, so Secrets is the difference between caliente and secrets, which I kind of talked about this on my TikTok, but it's basically caliente is if you just want to be naked. Secrets is if you want to fuck in public, essentially. Now caliente is a little bit older demographics. There are black people there, and I don't know why people think that this is white people shit. There is literally a Black Nudist Association. There is a Black Swingers group. I'm not a swinger. My husband's not a swinger. I like to just be naked. I don't want to fuck in public. I don't want to have sex with anybody else. I love my man. That's enough for me. So, secrets is where you and I could be sitting having a conversation this close. Right here, there's a pillow right here. My arm is already touching it. You will see somebody getting dick in the mouth, dick in the ass.
Damn, so it's like an actual live porno shoot.
It is a lot. There is sex happening everywhere. And you'll see people swapping. You'll see people sucking dick. You'll see people eating coochie. You'll see people swing. You'll see people dancing to the DJ because there is a DJ. He plays like hip hop, R&B, pop, whatever is hot right now he's playing. Sometimes secrets will have it where they'll have like different companies come out and host for the weekend. And when they host, it's like they're bringing prizes. So last time we were there, they were like, we're giving away Rose toys. So they were just anybody that won some of the games they were playing got a Rose toy. They had like axe throwing. I've been there where they've had like, what is it called? Hula hoops. And men had like baby hula hoops this size. The dick. So they had to get hard and hula hoop.
You had to hula hoop around the... Hell, you supposed to hula hoop around the damn dick.
It's fun to watch because you just see guys like this in the corner. Like, what? Do it right. But it's like, for me, again, I go to secrets because the crowd is younger. Like, I mean younger. Like, the youngest person I met at Secrets was 21.
Wow.
And this Secrets is in Orlando, I should say that. And it's been getting more and more and more popular to the point that they're now building a second location.
So where's that second location?
It's on that same strip of in Kissimmee.
I thought you were going to tell me they're going to put one in Tampa.
I wish they would. I would happily run it and work there. Because it's always so much fun. Like, I've never gone to Secret and had a bad time. So they also have a playroom on site. So does Caliente. And then the playroom is where you can have sex no matter the time of day. Even at Caliente. Secrets has a playroom that also has a BDSM dungeon. So if you're into that, I'm not. But if you are, you can go in there and play. Now, if you cannot be somebody that's like, I just want to watch. That doesn't happen in those places. You have to be butt booty naked. You have to be naked. Like, stripped down. Dick out, vagina out, like, no.
Now, so which one of them places would you host a podcast in if they said we should do Hoeology, or hell, you know what, call me crazy, but I would do Liquor Talk at a goddamn nudist resort.
I'm trying to host something at Caliente for a while. They don't fucking respond on social media. So when I go Friday of next week, I'm trying to get them to for me to host like a Ho Bingo. I have a lot of obviously companies that I work with, so I'm like, I can give away toys, I can give away lube. Like, I have so much stuff just in my house that like I could give away. So I'm like, let me give it away, or let me, it's fun, it's in the theme, whatever. So I'm working on that to come, because let me get into the event that's happening. My other brand, So Social Entertainment, is an entertainment company, and I had my event in April, which was Rose and Lingerie. That was an event for women to come together, feel sexy without the presence of men, and just remember who we are, feel body confidence. Like, no matter what you look like, you're sexy, who cares? Next, my goal was to host a clothing optional meet and greet for people of color. Because, again, people think that being naked in public is just black people shit. And I'm like, Black people in Africa currently are naked. Like,
yes, they are. They are definitely naked. They be covered in face paint and shit. Yes, they are definitely naked.
That didn't come from nowhere. Like, you know what I mean? So, that was my next goal. So I'm co-hosting it with a friend, and there's a group here called For the Culture. They host kink events for people of color, Black and people of color. So they're going to be coming, and my co-host, which is my one sister, we're going to be hosting a meet and greet for first timers that have never gone to Caliente, or for people that have wanted to go but have never been able to go with like a group of people that look like them. Because it's, you know how it is going into a room, you don't see nobody that look like you. You're instantly on alert.
Yeah. I will admit that is my weakness. I will go full introvert if I walk in the room. I don't know anybody, but usually one person speak to me and I'll snap out of it. But
exactly, yeah. So specifically for this meetup, we wanted it to be no pressure. So we're going to a nudist resort, not a play resort. Secrets is play. That's overwhelming if you're a first timer, because you're like, is somebody going to talk to me? Is somebody going to try to fuck me? Like, you don't know what's going to happen. Caliente, you don't even have to be naked. You can just be in a swimsuit. You can be in a towel. You can do whatever you want to do. Nobody's going to bother you. Nobody's going to approach you. Nobody's going to talk to you. It's a very consensual place, which I like. Like, if you don't want to talk to anybody or be friendly, nobody's going to talk to you. Like, everybody minds their fucking business, which I like. So I wanted this event to be safe enough for people that are first timers. I've had so many people, especially since my video went like viral on TikTok, people messaging me like, is it going to be safe for my body shape? Is it going to be safe for, you know, I want to bring my spouse or my girlfriend or my boyfriend, or like, I have gotten so many questions and I'm like, okay, I want to make this a safe event for everybody. Whether you want to go and you just want to see if you're okay with it, or you want to go because you're like, I think I might be like a nudist. Like, you don't know. So, yeah, that's what the event is about. It's next Friday, July 18th, from 2 p.m. until whenever people decide to go home at Caliente Resort in Tampa, Florida.
Interesting. Y'all go check out that event if you haven't done so already. Y'all need to be going to that event. Hey, pull up. You never know who you're going to see. So go ahead and check out that event. And let's show up, because black people do like to be naked. I mean, hey, who don't like to walk around the house naked every now and then, you know?
I think right now that are coming with us.
Nice.
Yeah, that are like, we've been looking for this type of event. We've always wanted to go. We didn't want to go alone. And that's the whole thing, is like, I'm all about building community, because that's where we feel safest, you know, as black people, as a group within a group. Like, I want to be able to create community here around sexual wellness and pleasure. So that's where I'm.
Well, definitely. You definitely got, now, if you got the platform, you got a platform I'm willing to share with you, you know, because you done pulled up on me. So, hey, you royalty now. So, hey, if you ever got something on your mind, you need to just call me. Hey, we need to get to the studio. We need to talk about this on your platform, or hell, if you need me to be on your platform, hey, we can definitely do this. So, because that sexual wellness is definitely something we need to expound upon. We definitely need to be out here, you know. So, hey, I'm for it, because I'm about the culture, you know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. Well, do you want to play really quick? It's
Yes, let's play. Hey, I don't care if it's 5, 10, 20. We got plenty of time.
So it's called Ho Facts or No Facts. I've played this on Hoeology before. I used to play it all the time, but
so why you stop playing it?
I don't know. Honestly, like, I'm going to be accountable right now and say that I put my podcast on the back burner for a little bit because my brand deals were popping the fuck off, which I just signed a deal with Adam and Eve. So.
Yes, congratulations.
Look at that video, like it's so I'm super excited about that, but my content has been going farther, so my podcasting has taken a back seat.
Well, like I said, if you need a platform to get on the podcast, I'll let you, boy.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, so ho facts or no facts? You say ho facts if it's true or if you agree with it, and then you say no facts if you don't think that is true.
Okay.
So it's 5 questions. So the first one, ho facts or no facts? Men have a G spot located in the anus.
That is ho facts.
Okay, period. Yeah, so we were talking about the prostate.
Yes.
Don't be afraid to explore with a girl that you trust if you're heterosexual.
Only with a girl. Hey, don't be trying to peg my ass, motherfucker.
No.
Hell no.
Don't try to peg somebody. Like,
don't be trying to peg somebody. Hell no. Because I had somebody on the podcast one time say, I just pegged the shit out of a man. I'm like, man, you are crazy.
Wow.
Yes, somebody said that on this podcast years ago.
Okay, I do know people that peg like quite often, so I'm not shocked, but I'm just like, whoa.
They literally said that. They literally said that on the podcast. It was a sex-based podcast, so of course I expected them to say something crazy like that. Don't ask me what season that was, but hey, they said it.
Okay. Men can experience multiple orgasms.
Ooh, that's a tricky one.
Actually, I have a follow-up.
I'm gonna say whole facts.
That is so bad.
Okay.
It's very rare because it's hard to go like immediately back into it, but it can happen.
Yeah, like I guess you might have to take some kind of supplement or something to get it right back up because
I know, like for me, I have, and there's actually a couple of women I follow on TikTok that told their stories about this, but one time I laid in bed and just saw how many times I could orgasm back to back with like a vibrator. It was 12.
Damn.
And then my clit was like hurting after that.
After 12 orgasms, her clit was hurting. Fellas, what the fuck is up with us?
The clip, put that as the first clip on TikTok. This shit went viral.
Hey, AI Generate, if you're listening, hey, put that viral.
Oh my gosh. Okay, speaking of the clit has more nerve endings than the penis.
I'm saying whole facts because y'all say that just focus on. I was always told whenever you eat somebody out, just focus on the clit because that has the most nerve endings. That's also the most sensitive spot on a woman. Yeah. So
it has 8,000 to 10,000 nerve endings.
No wonder y'all keep saying focus on the clit, and that's why it'll definitely get y'all off.
Yeah, seriously. If you can't locate it, look on Google.
If you can't locate it, you don't need to be having sex.
Okay. There is only one type of orgasm.
I experienced this, so I'm going to say that's whole facts because... Actually, I'm going to say that's no facts because there are multiple... I didn't know that there are multiple ways you can get somebody to orgasm.
Yes. Okay, so that is no facts. So there are more than 7 types. So you can have nipple, clitoral, vaginal, G-spot, anal, mental, which that's high. Because when I read books, I definitely have mental. Blended, full body, orgasm, and then obviously, like you said, oral, when you said you were making out with somebody and they were able to come from that, that's a big one.
Wow. So, how was somebody, I don't know, like, that's something that most men probably wouldn't know because most men would think, oh, the only way to get an orgasm if you just penetration, but this is why we have your podcast and this is why we have you here, you know?
Okay, my last question was, and this is not technically whole facts or no facts. Well, yes, it is. All coochie is not the same temperature.
That would be no facts.
I saw on Twitter recently, this girl I follow, she was like, wait a minute, all coochie ain't warm. And hella guys underneath were like, no, not all coochie is warm. Like sometimes it's like lukewarm, sometimes it's hot, like
Sometimes it's stone cold. I'm like, damn girl, do you want to have sex?
because the same way there can be different levels of like wetness, there can be different levels of temperature, I guess.
Definitely. Now you said you had a follow-up question.
That was it.
Oh, okay. Well, now that we done played the game, I want to thank you for doing this episode with me in person because this was a lot of fun. Like, we might have to run this back, you know. We have to plan this out, run this out because there's so many different things about sex there is to learn. Oh, I do got a bonus question.
Okay.
What's the best kind of liquor to have sex with?
Oh, God. That's a doozy because you want to make sure that you're still coherent, but I'm going to say wine. Wine
or tequila, that's the best kind of sex. Although I will say from personal experience, when I was on Hennessy, I was on, I don't know, but
Hennessy makes nut taste like battery acid.
Hey, I know that for next.
To swallow, skip the Hennessy.
Got you. You know, we'll be on tequila then or whatever. We'll get some water in, but nevertheless, Dstany, I want to thank you for once again blessing the Liquor Talk with your presence. I'm glad we were able to do this and we had to come off of a damn hurricane. But, you know, we made it work the first time, but this was way better, like I said. You got to ally me. Like I said, you royalty now, so of course. So, hey, you got a platform you want to talk about some sex while your podcast's on burner. I'm just a call away. Now you know where I'm at. Hey, we'll make this thing happen.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. And thank you listening out there for everybody listening to us on Liquor Talk. Thank you, everybody. I hope y'all enjoyed this sex talk for 2025. There will be more sex talks coming. Until next time, please remember to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio. Please take care of yourselves and each other. We out this motherfucker. Peace.